Mazuma TV, back with another video. What's good, my niggas? Uh, just watched another interview off Fight Hub TV. Shout out to them for coming to Philly and going to Joe Hand's boxing gym and watching Bernard Hopkins do his thing for his preparation against Joe Smith Jr. Now, while B Hop was wrapping his hands, they were just asking him a whole bunch of questions. But the one question that really stood out to me was when comparing Roy Jones to Bernard Hopkins career-wise. And Bernard Hopkins shot that down immediately. He says that there's no comparison between Roy Jones and him because of the later aspects of their career. Now, he said that Roy Jones started off good. It was more popular than him, which was very true. But then it ended up taking like a huge ended up having a huge decline in his career, and that when he compared himself and Roy Jones to a book, you know what I'm saying? And he says that people will always remember the end of the book. Most importantly, is that he had the better ending to his career, which I completely agree with, man. Besides that Kovalev loss, he was world champion at light heavyweight, man. Like, at his age, that's pretty impressive. And he was beating undefeated younger guys like what the fuck, Tavares Cloud and shit. Was putting on good fights with Jean Pascal, shit like that, man. That's the B Hop is a one in a lifetime kind of fighter, man. I appreciate him so much, and I'm glad that he's from Philly. I just met him recently. He's a pretty cool guy, and me and him sat down and we talked about his fight with Tarver and shit. And it was just a real good, genuine conversation. I learned a lot about him through that conversation. One of the coolest boxers I ever met. And when speaking about Roy Jones, he was saying that Roy Jones was a one-dimensional fighter. So when he said that, it definitely caught my attention. I was like, Roy Jones, a one-dimensional fighter? Like, it's kind of harsh for him to say. But he said when that one thing was taken away from him, he completely he ended up getting knocked out by mediocre fighters. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I watched Roy Jones earlier in his career. The speed, the timing, the reflexes was beautiful. But when you watch Roy Jones Jr., he made a lot of mistakes that was paid for with his athletic ability. In my personal opinion, I think Roy Jones Jr. is the most athletically gifted fighter I've ever seen. I mean, you could argue the Mayweathers and the fucking Sugar Ray Robinsons, but for Roy Jones' size, the way he was able to use his speed, power, he was like the whole package. You know what I'm saying? But technically, he wasn't that sound, and it showed later on in his career when he started getting. I mean, it all went downhill from Tarver, but I think weight fluctuation definitely has something to do with that. When you lose and gain weight like that, you start to lose fluid in your brain. So the littlest shock could hurt you. So I think weight fluctuation definitely has something to do with that. But moreover, I think it had more to do with his age starting to creep up on him. You know what I'm saying? Got knocked out by Tarver, then later on getting knocked out by Glenn Johnson devastatingly. Then he getting knocked out recently by Enzo Macronelli, like shit like that. Like guys that he's not even supposed to be getting knocked out by, getting his ass whooped by Joe Calzaghe, you know, like shit like that. Prime Roy Jones Jr. wouldn't have lost to any of those guys, you know what I'm saying? So seeing shit like that, it definitely shows that Roy Jones may in fact be a one-dimensional fighter. He over here about to fight a bare-knuckle legend. Like, why are you still fighting? I think after that Calzaghe fight, I think he should have just hung the gloves up. I just felt like he's just not the same fighter, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. I think I definitely agree with Bernard Hopkins. Definitely one-dimensional now that I think about it, you know. Definitely. I mean, it caught my attention at first when I sat there and I thought about it. I was like, he's definitely on to something. Then when I really looked into it, I see that he, in fact, was right. Now, this is all opinionated. Y'all guys let me know what y'all think. But when I think about this, it doesn't matter. And I seen Roy Jones trying to argue that he was the #1 pound-for-pound fighter over the course of 25 years. Like, my nigga, did you forget what the fuck happened to you within those 25 years as well? I know you conquered weight classes. I know you went up to heavyweight and got a belt against John Ruiz, but my man, like, what up, what about all the other shit that happened to you? Mayweather's career was, in the past 25 years, a lot better than what your career turned out to be in a financial and fight and like a resume level. So it is what it is, man. Y'all guys, let me know what y'all think about Bernard Hopkins' statements. Do y'all agree with him? Do y'all disagree with him? Let me know what it is, man. It's Mazuma TV, and we out here.